baseline? Come middle or flow middle, come baseline? Alright. Oh, I'm still doing the jab tree? But with my right?
No.
It's not floating baseline?
Yeah.
So you're right.
This is a Ryan Little production.
Started off to see like the beginning of the workout was like a series of moves off of like the same setup, and I kind of stole it. I stole it from James Harden actually, because I was one night this week watched like 4 hours of his film, and just trying to figure out like different things I could pick up on. And Mitch is a lefty, and they're kind of this. I mean, obviously no one's James Harden, but you know Mitch can shoot it. He's pretty quick with the ball and stuff like that. So I was trying to pick up like tendencies or different moves that I thought could translate from James to Mitch, and I just found a series of like, you'll see like the between the leg stuff where he's jabbing, and then he has like 4 or 5 different moves where he just reads his defender. So we're in the first stage of that. Last workout, the workout before this, we started it and I showed him everything, so we're still trying to get it down. And then the second part of the workout was just a bunch of shots. Like at the end of the day, he's going to crate because he's one of the best shooters in the nation. And so he has to be a knockdown shooter, you know what I mean? But you can't be considered a shooter and then get to college and you can't make shots on the move at different angles and stuff like that, create separation. And then the third thing with him at the very end was just ball handling. I think that's one of the biggest things I want to get him better at before he goes to Omaha, is just like tightening his handles. And so after every workout, we pretty much end with 5 minutes of just quick ball handling. We try to implement. The goal is, you know, in a workout you go hard enough that you're getting your handles in anyway, but you know, an extra 3 to 5 minutes at the end definitely doesn't hurt. So.
Appreciate you.
Good.
Hawaii for a week? Hey, look a little tan, bro. I wasn't. Gotta get back, man. There you go.
Lingo, you know what I mean? I want good reps, I don't want tired reps when you go to a throw up. Does that make sense? Right? So what are you showing your coach? Or what are you showing your teammates? That you're freaking out. Right? You're gonna be a point guard probably. Okay? Point guards have to control everything. You know what I mean? So if you make a bad pass and you turn it over, and you do all this stuff, that's probably going to lead to the next possession, right? And then your man's going to make a backdoor cut because you're focused on what pass you just made, right? You always got to play present. Doesn't matter what happened. Move on. You know what I mean? You were a lot better when you were like, all right, next rep, okay? Because you're kind of streaky, and you're streaky for the fact that if you make a couple, you're like, let's go, right? So then your energy's up. You miss a couple, here. So that's why you went in streaks where you made like 6 or 7 in a row, or you missed 6 or 7 in a row. Nothing to do with this. You're out of shape. You went to Hawaii for a week. Doesn't help, but it's more. Okay. What up? Put down one dribble.
One dribble.
Yeah. Pushing, so now you can body and body and body and come on. Oh, good. Good. And then next person. Go. One-on-one now. Who won last one, Zach? Started off with live ball moves, just some moves I feel like they need. You know, I work with Darian here and there. I worked with Kai more so than Darian, and that was Zach's first time ever in the gym with him. And so there's some things that I want every guard to have that works with me. And so sometimes there's like a learning process with that stuff. I struggle with stuff at the beginning. That's just all part of the process as far as that goes. And then we did ball screen stuff. You know, when we would do it as close to live as possible. So like the whole point of working out is to make sure it like translates to games. And so something I'm trying to do is figure out different ways to not just do moves versus air, but use, you know, partners or use other defenders so you get that game-like feel. Because in the end, like I said, that's all that really matters is that it translates. And so that was something we did, you know, whether it was rejecting the ball screen or, you know, splitting the ball screen, is having like their partner there trying to defend it. But the key with that is to make sure that it doesn't look like, I kept saying, all right, guys, this looks like a drill. You know, this looks like a drill, this looks like a drill. Try to make it look like a game. So even with that defender who's, you know, hard hedge every time or coming over the screen so they reject it or have to split it, we still want them to try to steal it. And so that way, you know, they might mess up a few times, but once they get it, then it actually works and it actually translates. So that's pretty much, you know, the sum of that workout. 5, good. 6, 7, 8. first time seeing KJ in a while. I saw him when he played, because he plays for Nebraska Omaha. So I saw him when he played UMKC, and he's back in town for spring break, so that was cool. I didn't know he was coming till earlier today. And then Jacob's been on vacation for like 2 weeks, so he's just now getting back. So both of them were kind of slow, sluggish, a little out of shape. Their touch was, you know, here and there. But basically the same concept. We did a lot of ball screen stuff. We did a lot of finishing stuff. And then we did one-on-one at the end with moves that we just practiced. You know, that's a big thing. It's keeping it simple. And so they had basically 3 options to get past their defender of stuff we worked on. Then from there they could play a little bit. But that's way more effective than just saying, all right, attack the defender, play a one-on-one. You want guys to have go-to moves, kind of like I talked about with Mitch, like a series of go-to moves. And so that was pretty much that. And I'm pretty close with those guys, so, you know, with that being said, it was pretty easy to tell that they both were kind of like out of shape, sluggish, and stuff like that. And so I actually cut it about 20 minutes shorter than I wanted to. But they were competing against each other, so they were going hard, but they were tired. So I've talked about it in other episodes. Like sometimes you got to know when to like push, and sometimes you got to know when to be like, okay, if we keep going, we're just going to create bad habits. And so I think that ended up being about 50, 55 minutes. I think they got 1 drink. So we got a lot of work in. There was a couple other things I wanted to get to, but I could just tell with their legs and their mindset that it probably would have been bad. So I think me and Jacob are going to go again tomorrow, so we got to get him back in shape, and hopefully I can get down to Nebraska and start working with KJ a little more before he comes back in the off season. So you got no left, okay? Oh, you better know.